back to another build video. Bit of a funny one, this one. This was a little Space Tug. Can be used for a bit of scenery, probably in a game of Stargrave, something similar to that. But it was built out of the stuff I had left over from the Thunderhawk Gunship build that I posted recently. So yeah, just a little bit of fun. Quick build, not a big epic 40-50 minute video, trust me. New setup as well for doing the intros. Hope you don't mind me being a little bit closer to the screen and you can see my beautiful visage. Yeah, just a few shelves, put some bits and bobs up. Hope you like it. If you do, drop a message in the comments below. Talking of below, you see that button there that says subscribe? Go on, click it. Go on, click it. Go on. Just done, and we're done. I've been looking at my analytics. 60% of the people that view my videos aren't subscribed. Just click subscribe. Costs nothing. Takes a nanosecond. Really helps out the channel. There are some channel updates coming up soon. That'll be posted later on this week. It'll just be me sitting here and just telling you some updates. There has been some Patreon action going on. And some other bits and bobs anyway. So, let's get on to this lot rambling. Click subscribe. Let's get on to the build. Okay, let's have a look then and see what spares we've got left over from the Thunderhawk Gunship build. So these are primarily the Stormfang and the Storm Raven parts because, as I mentioned, the land speeder parts went onto my little ATV vehicle, and the rest and the crew went into the Thunderhawk. So let's have a look, see what we got. We've got an landing gear and some computers. We've got the cockpit, the gunner's cockpit on top of the Storm Raven, and bits of the tail and some weapons, some assault cannons. We've got some stuff from the Storm Fang. We've got the main thing is we've got the big engines. We've got those parts, and we've got those parts. So we can do so what I'm thinking now, I've got these big engines, like so. The big engines. So I'm thinking, because I've got the pods as well, and the fronts. So I'm thinking something similar to the what's it called? The quad jumper from The Force Awakens, in the scene where they're running in Jakku, and he goes, what about that ship? And she goes, oh, it's junk. And they run to another ship, and he gets shot up, and then she runs off and goes, the junk will do. And it's the Millennium Falcon. Anyway, no, it's all right, The Force Awakens. It's not that bad. It's a soft reboot. It was fine. So yeah, I'm thinking, because I've got these things, it's got to be something with the big 4 engines in it, and then I have got that's the front half of the cockpit from the Storm Raven. So I'm thinking, if I lob that off and then bink it round to straight down there, and kind of like this kind of thing, and it'll be like a little sort of tug kind of, I've got there's other bits. And there's random shenanigans in here. So I think I've got enough parts here to make... You can't really see that. There we go. Oh, my camera works amazing at times. Yeah, so I think I've got enough parts and bits and bobs in here to make a kind of like a quad-engined tug kind of industrial thing. Possibly if I can make some claws to go at the front. I don't know. Something like a flying forklift. I think that's what we'll go with. So let's get to clipping some of these bits and bobs out, and yeah, let's just go. Let's just start clipping stuff out. Really, that's probably the best thing to do. I think the main thing is it's going to be centered around these big engines. These are going to be the main bulk of the build because they are fairly substantial. Oops. Don't drop your pieces on the floor. Do you ever get that? Who gets that? You drop a piece on the floor and it's just gone. Just you'll drop a bit on the floor. Doesn't matter what colour floor you're on, what type of floor, whether it be carpet, wood, concrete, lino, the ground, earth, dirt. Doesn't matter. You'll drop a piece and it will go into its own little pocket universe and you'll never see the bloody thing again. And then you'll go, oh! So you'll go hunting and see if you've got another spare one of those bits, and then you won't find it. So then you go to yourself, you know what then, I'll have to change what I'm doing, and you'll change your whole build because you can't find that bloody bit. And then at the end of the build, you'll look down and there's that bit staring at you. Every time, doesn't matter. Although I am, after the many myriad years I've spent building models, I've kind of got quite good at finding these bits now. But yeah, they do. They just ping off and go into a bloody pocket universe, don't they? Stupid things. Anyway, you don't need to see me continuing to clip bits off. So I'm going to continue to do this. Ooh. And I'll catch you in a bit. Alrighty, so we've got a few bits clipped off. One thing, part of the Storm Raven was this has got to go in there. Some of this kind of winch and cable, that's got perhaps go down the bottom somewhere. Anyway, you can't bloody see that. Are you going to autofocus? There you go, that bit. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I've got some bits now. We can kind of see what's going on. So yeah, these are the engines. So I've got two sets of these. Has it got that? Yes, like that. So yeah, so you got two sets of these, and then you got the engine pods that go on. Ah! No! Let's try that again. Let's perhaps do that without putting the engine pod on. There. So that's the kind of thing. So the pilot will sit sort of in here. Perhaps I'll build a cage that goes over it, out sprue, and this bit will be cut, flip down. You got this very funky piece here that I believe goes in there, and I think it moves. Yeah, originally that would move like so. But I'm going to pop it on, and we're going to have it somehow. We'll do that, and then we'll have possibly these. These are like the frost guns. Frost guns? So I don't know what are they called. These are like the little frosty guns, and we'll have them coming out the front, and that'll be like some sort of claw arm tuggy things. I think that'll look quite cool. So let's get the engine pods cleaned up and glued together, and then we'll start hacking this up. I've got a funky bit of engine to go at the back. Got to have an exposed engine. It's very much Star Wars used universe kind of thing. So we'll have like an engine that goes at the back. It's roughly the same size as that. Bit of trimming. So yeah, let's get these engines built and glued up, and we'll see how we're getting on with that. Right, so I'm chopping and fiddling them out. So I've got the engine pods ready to go. Now if they don't fall apart, I should be able to give you some kind of sense of what's going on. So I've had that bit lobbed off the bottom. This bit, that's gone. Ta-da! And so that will be essentially that. See that there, like that. And then I've got this bit here. This was left over from the Storm thing, and it had this bit on it. But that's ta-da, and that'll be boshed on the top like so. And then engines on the front like that. And then this pod will go at the back there. So essentially, give me that kind of profile. So yeah, let's say it's a really compact little, almost like a puddle jumper from Stargate Atlantis. But I need to fill in this area here, and so I'm thinking of doing something with this. This might go up here. Like so, we'll do something with that there, and that could be then this bit here. Then will be where I'll have like these guns or something as like the little grabby arms. Don't know how I'm going to make the grabby arms yet, but one resource that I can be completely forgetting in all of these builds is the cardboard box it's coming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all those bits of plastic glued up, and then I'm going to use this lovely big bit of cardboard at the bottom here to make up the sides and possibly the bottom. I'll strengthen it. I'll use some of these gubbings here. Ooh, sorry, I just thought that'd be good to... Anyway, ignore me. Yeah. So we'll use these gubbings then to make it all look hunky-dory, I think. So let's glue those bits together so I can show you a bit more what I'm talking about. Right, so I've got this lovely bit of card from the bottom of the box, and I've just plonked... This is a bit wibbly-wobbly still because it's still gluing, but this is basically the main construction of the hull. And I've just plonked it on the card here, traced around it, and that'll give me my side. So I'm going to cut that out, then flip it, copy it, glue it on, and then that should give me a bit more structure, and then it gives me something that I can work out for the bottom of the hull as well. And we're not far off, actually. Ooh, you can't even see that. There you go. Plonk it on, and it'll be... Move you back a bit. That's probably better. There you go. And then, yeah, we're not far off getting done. I've glued the two halves of these funky cannon things together. So we'll do something with them to make them look like little grabby arms. I think that looked quite cool. And then what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to cut a bit of cardboard, and I'm going to do like cut it in half, but do like a boom, 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 like, so it looks like a little hatch that'll open up, so someone can get in and attend to the engine, which is just the engine from the Stormfang, and I've just filed off and sanded off the little space symbol that was there. So yeah, this is quite a cool little build. I'm quite enjoying this. So I'll cut these out and we'll get them glued on, and I'll work out something to do with the hull, and I'll check back in a bit. There we go. Lovely little cardboard box. That's all it is. So now we can get a bit more of a picture. They will plonk on like so. Like so. And with the big engines that they have back here, doing their thing. We'll have some landing gear at the bottom there, because they've got these little things at the bottom. So that'll be the front landing gear. And yeah, so I've just got to do some detailing now and just neaten up some... how's it done that? Oh yeah, there you go. Ha! There we go, that's better. Yeah, just a bit of detailing left now. Some panelling down there and down here. I'll probably be using bits of sprue for that. Just to give it a bit more bulk so it doesn't look so cardboardy, plugged on. So yeah. And then this is going to be done. It's not far off it. This is all rather good. I didn't go with the little hatch in the end. I just went with the because you don't really need it. I kind of think I might put like a little wheel up there as if that's like a pressure hatch or something. But yeah, not far to go. It's it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, this isn't the strongest card in the world, but I think we can live with it. And I say we'll fill up some of these edges now with bits of sprue and other bits of widget that I've got floating around. And yeah, let's get it done, shall we? Let's get this bad boy finished. And then a coat of paint, I think. And of course, it's industrial. It's got to be yellow, isn't it? What do we think? It's got to be yellow. Have a think about that. But, okay. Cracking on. Well now, there we are. All bits glued on. Happy doodles. Quite like this. It's all right, isn't it? It's just a little bit of fun. Something to do with all the leftover bits and bobs from the Thunderhawk build. Yes, right there. These are like the little frost cannon things. They've just been put on reverse, so it's like on the idea that it's like a magnetic clamp thing for shifting around cargo containers or big ships or that kind of thing. This is like a kind of like a tug kind of thing. The little crew compartment here and the little engine cover here is all made out of sprue. Cut down, and I think that's something from the what's it called? It's Razorback. Storm Raven. I think that's the thing that I don't know, like a hinge possibly for the door. Anyway, so yeah, a bit of detailing on the bottom. I haven't gone mad on it. As I say, it's just like a little what I can do with the leftovers, really. So this is going to go off now, get undercoated. I will be undercoating it the Halford's filler primer, the yellow. That's quite a nice sort of dull mustardy yellow as a base coat, and then chuck a lighter, almost zenithal highlight on it in yellow, just to make it a bit more yellower, And then coat of undercoat, not undercoat. I can't speak today. Where's my words gone? It's ridiculous. Coat of varnish, and then we'll crack on with the weathering. We all know I love a bit of weathering. So I didn't do any on that Thunderhawk build. That was most bizarre. You know, as you're all aware, I do like me some heavy weather miniatures. Anyway, so yeah, let's get this bad boy sent off to the sprayers, shall we? Bye! Power on, people, power on. So, I'm just going to give this a little... It's undercoated. This is Halford's filler primer. For those people not in the UK, Halford's is like... wow, I don't know how you get it. Is it like Canadian? Well, I don't know. I don't know what your equivalent would be in America, but it's like an auto spares shop, really. I mean, you could buy stereos and spare bulbs and stuff like that for your car and stuff, but and also you can get spray paints. But so that's where it comes from. This is their filler primer. It's a really good, I think it's a really good industrial looking yellow. So what I'm going to do, just going to give this a quick blast over, a quick sort of zenithal highlight with P3 sulfuric yellow, which is quite a nice bright yellow in comparison, and then that'll give us a nice base colour to weather over. Now, I haven't just tested my airbrush for a bit, so hopefully this won't give me any problems. But we shall see, because yeah, bless it, it is old and pretty much not been well treated by myself. So let's have that. Let's just see if we've got any coming out. Yep, it's coming out. Fantastic. Here we go. Here we go. So I'm literally just hitting the high points. It's pretty much a zenithal. So high points of the engines, and just run it around the top of the main hull. And this just gives me a little bit of extra body. So whenever just a little bit of added dimension, really. Hit the edges a little bit. Like so, that'll do. I'm not doing anything to the front of the engines because they're going to be, the cowling bits are going to be red. So there you go. That'll do. I'll give it a quick blast of air just to dry it off a little bit now, and then a quick satin varnish. And then then we go. Actually, what I think I might do is I might paint the red on as well, and then I'll give it a satin varnish. So I'll do that, and then but the next I won't. You don't want to see me just painting red, so I will be doing that, and then hitting it with a varnish, and then we'll come back and we'll just do the weathering as per usual. Cool. You guys take care. See you in a bit. There we are then. Base coated. I did all the silver as well. I thought I might as well, and the black. So that's all base coated. It's had a coat of varnish, and now it's ready for the old weathering. So I think we'll start off shading it with a bit of the old we got there burnt sienna. So have some of that in our little palette there, like so. Oh, I'm going to put a glove on as well because it takes a while to get this stuff out your fingers, to be brutally honest with you. So I'm going to put a little glovey on. What have we got here? Is it a glove? I don't know. Let's have a look. What's going on here? Aha, there we go. Lovely. Lovely job. Ready for your inspection, sir. Right. Let's get this open. Oh, God, here we go. Again, if I can get it open. Ugh. Oh, Jesus Christ. Using lighter fluid, again, as my liquid watering down medium to make a wash. I'm going to need something a little bit more aggressive to get the nib up. There we go. Job done. Right. Get that in there. Bish bash bosh. Happy doodles. And there we go. Make up a bit of a wash. Get it all in the crooks and nannies. So, right, here we go. Get it all in there. Tra-la-la-la. Like so. Give us some nice weathering and depth to this little construction-y, what are we going to call it, boys and girls? What should we call it? And you know, it's a bit like what they in Star Trek. They're worker bees, aren't they? Work bees, something like that. These are cheap sponges from the pound shop. Well, I think they're makeup brand sponges, and just the drill. Just wipe it all off where you've just painted, and you get a nice weathering effect, like so. And then you can go in there with another brush and just move it around a bit as well, should you need to. When you just move it around, like so. Yeah, we just carry on building up these layers. So let's do that. There's something very satisfying about oil. If you've not used oil washes yet, I really do urge you to give it a try. It's something very satisfying about them, and I don't know. I just think I prefer them now to sort of normal acrylic washes. I don't. I've not tried them on a figure yet, but certainly for vehicles, and especially if you're like me and you like your heavy weathering, they're absolutely perfect. They're so good. Get that all, work that in there, and then get your sponge in there, and give it a bit of a wipe. And there, all you're doing is just building up layers and layers, and it just looks like you're building up layers of grime and dirt, which is really handy. It's a really nice look to a model. The cockpit particularly grimy because see, there's a lot of humans in there doing human work, probably in these things for at least 8 to 10 hours a day, zipping around, moving containers and ships in and out of ports and harbours, little startings and starports, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm going to carry on with this, and then get all the brown on it with sienna, and then we'll come back with some black, and we'll do some oily build up. So yeah, it's going to look good. I think it's going to look good when it's all done. Right, that's all the burnt sienna done. Just give it a bit more richness on the yellow there, and brings out a lot of the detail, which is rather groovy and rather cool. So now to get the black washing on it, let's oil this bad boy up. Let's get this stuff, give it some grunge. Just a side note on these sponges: they are cheap, but they do not last long. So you might be better off with something like a dishwashing sponge or something like that. But they're serviceable, but they don't last long, and you start to get little bits of sponge everywhere, which is not great, really, especially when that sponge has got oil paint on it. It's not the best. So black and the old lighter fluid to make a wash, and we'll just get this on in there, and we do just the same as the burnt sienna. We just slap it all on, get it in there, get your sponge, give it a bit of a wipe, and that just gives you a nice oily looking build up in places. You can scrub it out with another brush as well. This side will be, I think these sides will be particularly scuzzy because they're the ones with sort of like the engines. And yeah, and again, just go around, you know, try and get it in those corners if you can, and just build it up where you want, really. I've got a bit of, you know, get it in your nooks and crannies. Don't forget to give it a wipe. And start to build up that grease and oil, like so. Really get in there. So let's do that. We can also, as well, once you've got, especially if you've got a little bit of brown still in your palette, you can start putting on, you know, little drips. That's a good one. What you can do, if you do this and you bring your drips down, bring your streaks down, like so. I'm not sure if you can see that. There you go. And then get a brush that hasn't got anything on it. This is a really horrible one. I'll start a brush. And then just slowly drag down. And it just fades it out slowly. And you can see which is nice sort of looking, or it looks like it's slowly been building up. So there you go. So crack on with that, I think. I do love doing the washes. Right, cool. Anyway, here we go. There we are. Hope you enjoyed that. As I say, it was just a bit of fun. Just, you know, these bits could have ended up sitting in my bits box for ages. So I thought, just use them. It'd be fine with me, you know, Necromunda scenery that I'm making. We will be returning to Thunderhawk, trust me. Bit of scatter scenery for a 40k game or a kill team game, something like that. You know, Stargrave, you know, I'm sure there's missions that involve spaceships or like a landing field or a space dock. But yeah, so it was fun. It's an ugly little spud, but I do like it. I'm quite pleased with it. It gives me that kind of. It's a bit like one of that quad jumper from The Force Awakens that gets blown up. But yeah, no, it's cool. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that one, guys. I will see you in the next one. If you haven't subscribed, like I asked you to do at the start of this video, please do so now. That'll be awesome. And you take care, and I will see you in the next one.